What up, what up, what up? Welcome back to Shit Talking Tuesday. We're your hosts, Mariah and Ty. Ty, what's up? Good to see you. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Feeling good. How are you doing today?
Doing good. Feeling
All right.
okay. Feeling all right. Good for me. So, we're here. We're live. Everything's good. Chat,
We're live and
what's
kicking.
up? Happy Shit Talking Tuesday. I hope everybody's doing great. Throwback Dawn,
What up?
first in the door, per usual. Appreciate you guys as always. Jimmy, what's good? What's good?
What's good, Jimmy?
Yeah, make sure you guys are subscribed to both channels. If you haven't
That's right.
subscribed to Ty's channel, please make sure you go subscribe. The link is right there in the description box of this video. Go click it. Easy, easy peasy, and freezy. So get over there and get in there. Denise,
What's
what's
up?
up? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. McNiner, what up? What up?
What's up, my guy?
Jason, what's up?
Captain.
What's up?
What's up, sir?
As you guys start rolling in, might as well start. I did an early bird giveaway, so hashtag smile, get in there. For those that are here, we'll start off with 3. We got Fred Warner, Patrick Willis, and George Kittle to start things off. So get in there, hashtag smile. Let's do. Got the red, white, and blue Fred Warner. Try with this arm, maybe. We got a little Patrick Willis Star Quest, and we got George Kittle Epic Performers. We're going to do some awards, give out some season awards in a little bit. So, Epic Performers for George Kittle is quite fitting, I must say. We're also going to get into some of the coaches the 49ers have interviewed, talk a little bit about the Brock Purdy, being compared to these other quarterbacks. Especially the ones, I hate to hate from outside the club when we couldn't even get into the playoffs. So I really hate to start hating on quarterbacks, whether they had a shit performance or not in the playoffs, because at least they got in there. But it seems to be a loud conversation right now going on. So I figure, well, might as well join in and touch on it and, kind of get our thoughts out there, get your guys' thoughts in the chat, how you guys are feeling about it. Him being compared to some of these quarterbacks that are in the playoffs, whether they won or lost, and have had shit performances. Yet, it seems like some quarterbacks are just held to a different standard. I don't know if it's because where they were drafted or I don't know what it is, honestly. Like some quarterbacks, it's just like they could do no wrong. And it's like I'm looking and it's just like, okay, yeah, they're a good quarterback, but it's like they literally have done nothing. Like nothing since being in the NFL. And it's just like they're just held to this high standard. And no matter what happens, it's never their fault. It's always, oh, well, the team's this, the O-line, the coach, the this. It's like every excuse in the book. Yet, like Brock Purdy can't even sneeze, and it's just like everything's his fault. Like, and it's just like very crazy, like how the conversation is for different quarterbacks. So we'll definitely get into that as well. Lexa, what's good? What's good? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hashtag smile. Get into the first giveaway. Give you guys a couple more minutes, then we're going to draw because it's an early bird giveaway for a reason. Sam's area ain't the bay. Yeah. Oh, Sammy D. There's the Sammy
have a zip code.
Sam.
What's up?
What's good, Sam? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well, my brother. Hope you're doing well. Haven't seen you in a while. I know you're a busy, busy man. Hope the family's well. Hope everything. Hope you're in good health, good spirits, all that. But yeah, let's get into it. Let's start. I wasn't going to start off with the awards, but let's start there. Wrap up the season. Even though it was not the greatest season by any means, wasn't to our standards. There was still some good. We had some players that really played their ass off and could have given up. And, way weeks ago when the team wasn't looking great, and yet they still showed up and showed out week after week. So definitely want to get those awards. So yeah, let's do #smile. Let's draw this and then we'll do the awards. So we don't get nobody else in here. And then maybe this week we can actually get the Swiper Award. The swipers haven't been showing up.
See.
I don't know.
I know. What's up with that?
Haven't been wanting to swipe. So let's
introduce an award and they go away. What's going on?
I know. All right. There's only 4 of you in there, so let's see. Sim says, I started drawing and I didn't even add the damn thing on yet.
Uh-oh. Jumping the gun. False start.
Well, if it would have been something, it would have been McNiner, but that one doesn't count.
So. Giveth and taketh away.
Yep.
Watch him win it again.
So now I gotta redo this. Hope I didn't
Next
use
time,
up
Mr.
your
Christmas
luck,
tree
McNiner.
too. I actually just took it down on Sunday.
I know.
Yeah. Actually, just
wanted
took
him
it down.
to keep it up forever. I'm keeping my lights up forever.
Yeah. So now that's what I'm thinking now. I'm trying to think of some way to do some creative lighting. Keep the festive mood going.
Dang, 3 months, Sim. Oh no. I'm glad you're finally recovered.
Yeah.
That's no bueno. Man. No bueno. All right. So I'm gonna draw. What did I do with my little thingamajigger? Let's draw Warner, then Patrick Willis. Let's get it out. Patrick Willis, and then George Kittle. Good luck. Good luck. Fred Warner. Good luck.
Sim said, if you miss your Christmas tree, just get a symmetry. That was smooth, player. I like that. I like that. Dawn. Congrats.
Started off. Starting it off. That was good, Sim. That was good. All right, for Patrick Willis. Good luck.
52. Oh man, let's do a shoot. All right, next week. I got an idea for next week. Oh, there we go. Swiping right away. Here we go.
Swiping up. Dawn, back to back. Does she make it 3 in a row? Let's see. George Kittle. Who gets it? Denise. Denise said not so fast.
Oh,
not
congrats.
So fucking fast on.
Denise, your shirt is on the way.
Double D's one.
No,
what? On the way. That means he forgot about it till he just saw your name and now says it's on the way.
No, I contacted her. We've been in communique. She's in the know. I'm just, following up like a responsible adult that I am. Letting the homies know what's happening.
All right. Congrats, Don and Denise. We'll set up the other giveaways here shortly. We got Isaac coming up, Cowing, Green, Purdy, and
everyone will be
CMC.
excited over that Conley card.
Yeah. Line up. All right, let's give out some 2024 season awards. Let's start it off. Like I said, this season was shit, but I figure we'll start it off with a little bit of a couple different awards. So the player to make this season more enjoyable to watch. Who do you think, Ty?
Player to make the season more enjoyable to watch.
I'll start off. I already have mine written down. So I put George Kittle. Who could probably get it season after season after season. But he really showed up and showed out the game after game after game, always with a smile, always trying to get his teammates involved, always, just being the fun-loving guy that he is, doing his press conferences with a smile on his face, he really showed up this year. So, and when you have a lot of players on your team not showing up or your main guys are hurt, and like I said, we know like there was a few guys that could have shut it down and still showed up and played every single game. And so, I gave it to George Kittle.
That's a good one. He was on my mind. I'm going to think outside the box and pick a player who just personally gave me some joy to watch, and that's Malik Mustafa.
Yeah.
Just seeing the young guy out there, knowing that he's one of us, a faithful, right? Grew up rooting for the team, now gets to play for the team, and he went out there and just gave it his all. You could tell at times he didn't even know what he was doing, but he was flying around, giving maximum effort. And, he's definitely a person we can build on for the future. So I loved the energy and everything he brought to the table. And, it was a joy seeing that infusion of youth out there on the field, making some plays, making things happen.
Yeah, I agree. I like that answer. Miss you too, Sim. Glad you're back. Glad you're doing well.
Yeah.
Chat, make sure you guys are giving your answers as well. Denise said Fred Warner. Jerry, what's up? Jerry said Mason and Garendo. I like both of those as well.
Yeah. Two good ones.
All right. So the next award goes to, but the next award is greatness, not just on, but especially off the field.
Wait,
so pretty much an off the field award who, showed up for the community, did everything they needed to do off the field. Like I said, I'll start them off since I already have mine written down and I'm just putting Ty right on the spot right now. I didn't give him the list prior. So I gave it, and we talked a lot about this guy last week, especially, and around this conversation, and that's linebacker Curtis Robinson. Obviously, was hurt, couldn't play this season, but every single event that the 49ers posted pictures to, or that we were able to see, that had to do with the community, whether it be with kids, adults, women, giving out turkeys, whatever it was, read books, like every single type of thing it could have possibly been in the community, doing community work. He was a part of it. So big shout out to him. He could have, been at home feeling sorry for himself for being hurt, or just strictly focusing on his rehab, or doing anything else. But he used that time and, gave back to the community. So shout out to him.
Yeah, he was the first person that popped in my mind. I got to give a shout out to Christian McCaffrey as well. I know he spent A lot of time in the season visiting children's hospitals. I mean, Fred did also. I mean, there's a bunch of guys on the team that do a lot. But seeing that Christian was hurt and going out there and still doing it, just like Curtis Robinson, you know, and video surfaced that after the Bills game, when he had the big air cast on his knee, he's still limping into the hospital, spending time with the kids. I mean, that shows you just the genetic makeup of these guys, and you know, they're willing to give their time and get out there even when they're hurting to try to give back to the community. So I got to give him a shout out.
I love it. I love it. Let me see what chat had to say. So Denise said Purdy. Mm-hmm. Don says Fred Warner first. So I don't know. Was that for the first question? Maybe. Yeah, I think that was for the first question. McNiner says Fred Warner playing with a broken ankle with a smile on his face.
That alone. That's
for the first one as well. Mm-hmm. So Don says CMC for this second question. All right.
There you
go. The next one is, and you know, I see this guy's name already in the chat a lot, and you know, pretty fitting. We talked about this all season after season. I feel like we talk about this. We could have named this award after this guy, but this award is for the Iron Man Award. So obviously, you got to give it to Fred Warner. And like everybody's saying, you know, we talked about it. Like, played with a broken ankle all season long. Like, the guy's only missed one game in his entire career. Like, you can't get any more Iron Man than that. Like, literally. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know how he does it. Like, in a sport, and especially, it's not like he plays, you know, like a quarterback, you know, where you're hardly getting hit or all this. Like, he plays like where he's hitting like every single freaking play. Mm-hmm. And yet, knock out wood, like, finds a way. And even this season, when he could have been out a long time ago, like, okay, this season isn't going how we expected. Obviously, we ain't making it to the Super Bowl. I got a broken ankle. I'm shutting this shit down.
Yeah.
Yet he still shut up every single freaking game.
Exactly.
And gave everything that he could. Meanwhile, literally his playing partner fucking quits on the team.
Bitch.
And you got this man still showing up, like, unbelievable.
Like nothing.
And like I said, he could literally win this award every single season since he's been starting. Just unbelievable. And, you know, I hope and pray that it continues for the rest of his career, right?
Exactly.
But, you know, you got to give it to Fred Warner, obviously.
Yeah, he's my pick also. I mean, last week we were twinsies. We both had on our Iron Fred Warner shirts. Mm-hmm. You know, it's only fitting that he gets the award. I mean, if he didn't say he cracked that ankle, we wouldn't even have known. I mean, you can tell he wasn't 100%, but we wouldn't have known the severity of it, right? Because he never complained, never missed the game, just stayed out there.
Yeah.
And even up to the last game, when every starter was being pulled off the field, he stayed out there deep into the fourth quarter. And I'm like,
crazy.
Is he ever going to get off the field?
Yeah, literally nothing to play for.
Yeah. And like hurt his hip making a tackle and like refused to get off the field, waved them off, like, leave me alone. Like, it's wild. And, you know, there's the mic'd up from, I think it was the Green Bay game or maybe the one after, late in the season. Mm-hmm. Just the hits that his body was going through. I mean, the collisions, the violence, and I'm like, there's no way he's not hurting in other areas. But he gets up play after play and just keeps going at it. And it's amazing. It's amazing. So, yeah, hands down, Fred Warner, Iron Man Award. He's unbelievable. Yeah, I'm glad he's with us.
Right. And the 49ers need to make sure that it stays that way. Mm-hmm. Obviously, chat's agreeing. Fred Warner. Yeah. What's up, Rod Z? Good to see you. Good to see you. Sim says Jawan Jennings is his joy to watch this season.
Oh, yeah. Good one.
And then says Iron Man, give me Fred Warner or Pupuni. I like that as well.
Yeah. Good one. Good call.
Yep. All right. So next award is the Just Like Us award. So the player that represents the faithful the most, and you can take it however you want. For me, I gave it to Lenore because like game after game, like he's getting online, like talking shit to the like other players, like you know, like just reminded so much of just how we act, you know, and it's just like like everything, like it regardless, you know, I saw a lot of like fans hating on it, like after a while it was like, oh, we're losing and you're still getting online talking shit. It's like, well, he's not, it's not like he's giving up all these catches and he's doing like, so why should he be hiding under a fucking rock? Like, yeah, his team's sucking, but what the heck, like, why is he gonna let wide receivers punk him around when he's locking them up, you know, like, so fuck that. And the same I would be doing, you know, like if you played sports growing up, like that's what it's all about, the trash talk, you know, like all about that shit. So you know, I just like he's just reminds so much of just how we act. So I had to give it to Lenore.
Yep. That as soon as you said it, he immediately popped in my mind. He was my pick. I mean, he's one of us through and through, down to everything you said, and the way he plays too. Like he don't give a who you are. Like he's in there taking on linemen, dudes bigger than him. He ain't backing down. He's talking his talk, but he backs it up with his play. It's not like, you know, he's just going out there trash talking and can't ball. Right. He's balling out too.
Exactly.
So like hands down, I'm so glad they signed him to the extension. Yes. I remember the show we was doing with TL and it was announced. I was hyped, still hyped. Like he ain't going nowhere for a while. Diamador Lenore for sure.
Sim says, if we're going with the Twitter faithful, it's Devondre Campbell.
Yeah. There's a whole lot of 59s out there on Twitter, let me tell you.
That's fucking hilarious. Jerry says Jennings. That's a great answer as well. I love that one as well. Yeah, Don says yes, Lenore. Lexa says 100.
They're the top Lenore. Two. Lenore and Jennings, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. That was a good one, though. Oh, man. All right. So the biggest leap, the player that made the biggest leap this season. Now, there was a couple I was debating between. After you give your answer, then I'll explain a little. But I ended up going with Jennings. And even though he's already been a dog, a great wide receiver up into the season, he got more of the role, you know, and if it wasn't to these bitch ass refs kicking him out of the last freaking game, like he would have had his first 1,000-yard season, you know, like, and he hadn't had nothing close to that up until that point. So even though, you know, we got to see Jennings be this, but I feel like we got to see it this season, like under a bigger microscope, you know, like, and, you know, a lot of people were questioning, oh yeah, like we know that he was that dog and he was able to be the third down guy, but when you have the number one cornerback or the number two cornerback from the other team on you all season, how do you do then? And there was a point in the season when, up in, you know, the first half, it was the number two guy on him, but quickly defenses started putting that number one guy on Jennings and the number two guy on Devo, and Jennings still handled it just fine. There was a point when fucking Purdy's thrown to Jennings and he has 2-3 fucking defensive players around him and he's still coming down with that ball. So he handled it great. Thank you. And, you know, hopefully next season, you know, if he has that number 2, number 3, you know, maybe move into that number 2 wide receiver spot a little more. We'll see how the whole Pearsall, you know, reps end up working out. But, you know, hopefully he keeps a bigger role moving forward.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you 1,000% on that. Another player I'm going to give it to right along those lines is J.P. Mason, Jordan Mason. To some of you, we knew he had that dog in him. It was a good player. He just needed the reps, right?
Yeah.
We just needed him to get on the field and get more and more reps. And we've been begging for it for years, ever since his rookie year. We've been like, get him on the field more, get him on the field more. But they just can't get CMC off the field. CMC's injured. JP's number one. Comes out first game of the season, 100 yards, 100 plus yards, 2 touchdowns. Like, here we go. This is what we've been waiting on. And we didn't know if he could carry the load being a number one, but he proved that he can. And he was leading the league in rushing up until when he got injured. So, like, he got it. He took a huge leap. I'm so happy for him that he got the opportunity and got the chance to shine and show what he can do on a full-time basis. Made me so happy. So, got to give it to him.
What's up, media? Good to see you.
What up?
McNiner says Jennings, Mason with the honorable mention. Sim says biggest sleep got to be Jennings. I think he might be the only player who had more of a productive season than last year. Don says Mason.
Yep.
So, and yeah, that was who I was questioning, going back and forth with, and had Mason like finished the season, and had, I probably would have given it to him, but I had to go with Jennings since he actually finished it out.
Yep.
All right. Next one, bounce back player. And whether this be because injury or they had a down season last year or whatever the case may be. I haven't even answered mine yet either. So this is, I think, the only one I didn't even answer. I don't know why.
Who would you say?
And it don't have to be a player that even was on our team last season either. If it was somebody,
Yeah. This is
a hard one. Chat. Who do you guys think? Bounce back player.
Who do you think?
Who was hurt last season? Anybody?
Came back and played well.
Says on our Darnold. Team, media.
You know what? I'm gonna go with D Winters. Just simply because he fell into that thing of he was a rookie. They don't play rookies, and then he kind of tweaked something they said in practice. And I don't know, when rookies get injured, they just disappear. I don't know why this team does that, but they just like put him on ice. It's weird. But he came in this season ready to go, got a ton of playing time, and got better and better as the season went on, and showed that he can handle the role.
Yeah.
So I'm happy for him. So he's going to be my bounce back player.
I like that. I don't know, honestly, because I feel like there's somebody that I'm like that we're
overlooking,
skipping over. Yeah. Maybe
so
like
take a minute, think about it.
Yeah, maybe I have to come back. That's probably why I didn't answer it, because I didn't have one.
There you go.
All right, and chat ain't freaking helping either. So media's giving us a person that didn't even play this season and somebody that played on a different team. So that ain't helping. All right. The next one is the Rookie of the Year award. Ooh. Now, there's a couple, and I feel like this is the season out of this award out of all awards has been like has the most people that it could go to. Like, every other season it's like, well, we didn't get to see any of our rookies, so
right, exactly.
Like we're giving it to somebody that had 5 snaps because they had the most
just because they got the 5 snaps. Yeah.
So I gave mine to Pooney because for not even being expected, he was like 3rd on the fucking depth chart, and then this guy gets hurt, and all of a sudden we're like, oh shit, we got the rookie coming in. How's this gonna be? And flawless all season long. Every game he showed up, and you would have never known it was a rookie. Like, he was our best O lineman this season by far, by a huge margin.
Yeah.
So you got to give it to Poonie.
Yeah, easily. Like, got the job in training camp and never looked back, and won't look back either. Like, there will not be a right guard position battle this coming season. So yeah, definitely good pick,
Ollie.
Ricky Mustafa. Yep.
What's up, Ollie?
I'm gonna go with Renardo Green.
Yeah.
I think for the position he plays and just being out there on the island guarding, number 1 and number 2 receivers and being able to hold up and get the job done, he did pretty darn good for himself.
Yeah.
Especially when, the guy in front of him wasn't working out and he was just kind of thrown into the fire or something. Like, just get out there and make some plays. Okay. That's what he did.
Yeah.
And he held up. So, yeah, he gets my vote.
Yeah, I like that one as well. Yeah, McNiner, like, there was times when, Poonie was having to make up for the vets around him, just standing there twirling in a circle, guarding absolutely fucking nobody. And he's having to block everybody on the entire side of the line, and it's just like, wow, like, this is our rookie. Like, holy shit.
The dude's a beast. His awareness is off the charts.
Poonie took the job and never gave it back. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Those guys could have came back like 3 weeks into the season completely healthy. They weren't getting that fucking job back.
No.
Like, there was not even a question about it.
Yeah.
Like, wow. Yeah, he did make McKivitz look better, and that's crazy. Rob says Mustafa. And that's what I'm saying. Like, there was a few rookies that it could actually go to that, I ain't mad at any of these. Denise said Mustafa, Ricky. So yeah. What's up for 10 by Ron? Says Mustafa is a stud for you all. Who are you a fan of? He is a stud. I hope, like, I'm praying it, like, please don't hit, because we saw this, with rookies before, that they'll be a stud for us, and then we're all hyped on them going into the next season, and it's just like, okay, where did they go? What happened? So I hope right? that, he don't hook, that he keeps that trajectory going up. All right, let's do offensive player of the year. A few more. We got the offensive, defensive, special teams, coach of the year, and then MVP. And then we're done with the awards. Okay. So, offensive player of the year. I gave mine to Jawan Jennings. Obviously, I talked about it earlier with the last award that I gave him. And, almost his first 1,000-yard season, thrown into a role that nobody knew if he was going to even be able to handle. He wasn't expected to have that role. And he did great. A dog, like, he brings the energy, like, he's everything. Like, him and Kittle are like it on our offense. Like, they bring all the juice. So, got to give it to Jennings.
Yeah, I'm going with George Kittle all the way. George was just the man all year.
Oh, what's up? Block attorney, appreciate you coming through.
Yeah. George doesn't get the targets that he should get, and he's still putting up huge numbers. Still over 1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns. Just no matter who you put on him, your number 1 corner, your number 1 linebacker, you try to double team him, doesn't matter. He's getting the job done. So he's definitely my guy. And don't even get me started on the stuff he does in the blocking game with the run blocking and the pass protection. Like, come on. It's like a mini lineman out there, like Trent Williams light or something. Dude, he's just amazing.
Yeah, I agree. I just give him another award later, so I wasn't going to give this award to him. So, defensive player of the year. I gave mine to Lenore.
Good choice.
Just because he was a dog, like, holding down like every position in the back end, everywhere, everything that he's asked to do, he does it. And should have been an all-pro this season. Got robbed.
Completely.
So, yeah.
Yeah. I got to go with all-pro Fred. I just think about the games before he got injured. He was so on another level that it was unbelievable. He was just that dude. And even after he got injured, he still played well. It's just that before he was injured, it was so high. We kind of took it for granted. But man, to be out there just every game, giving his all, directing the defense, he was that dude out there.
Yep.
But I love me some Demo. That was a good pick. I mean, best corner on the field. He was the second best linebacker on the field. Diamador Lenore is doing it all.
Yep. All right. And I know chat's, having a laugh. And I even had to stop, and you'll see who my answer is. But, we can't just skip them. They are a part of the team, even though I wanted to kick them off the team all season long. Special teams player of the year award. So I would have gave this to Cowing had he not had a concussion or been hurt or whatever for 4, 5, fucking 6 games, felt like forever games. Because he was our only competent returner besides Debo got thrown in there a couple times.
Yeah. Kick return, yeah.
Yeah. So I did give a little special little hat, tip of the hat to Cowling, but I gave mine to Tabor Pepper. Okay. So
there you go.
Because he's our only special teams player that I could stand this fucking season. So
yeah.
That's how special teams is ass when you got to give it to the long snapper.
I know, the long snapper. There's your highlight. Now I'm going to go with Jacob Cowing because punt returning full time is not something he ever did. He just did it here for the first time, and he held up well. And it wasn't ass, but he played well, and he did his thing, and never got down. Just kept striving to get better and better, and kept it up all season. So I got to tip my hat to him.
Yeah, I know, but it was more of a joke than anything because special teams is ass. So what are you going to do, Jason? What can we do for a fucking long snapper? Come on. All right. Coach of the Year award. I gave mine to Bobby Turner. To have your starting running back go down before the season even starts. And then, you get your second running back in there, have him, like Ty said already, leading the league in yards before he got hurt. Then he goes down. Then you throw your third guy in there, and he takes off, no freaking problem. Then he goes down. Then you get your fourth guy in there, and he's holding it up, no freaking problem. That ain't no fucking easy task to do. The guy's 155 years old, and still, you would hear the other coaches in their presser talking about Bobby, how praising his coaching style and how they get sick of repeating the same thing to these players day in and day out, shit that these players should know. And yet you have Bobby there that just patience as far as it comes and just going over everything every single day. Even though these players should already know it, he still shows up and goes through the same shit every single day, drilling it in until they get it, and everybody talks about how great he is. And I feel like he's just so quiet. We don't hardly ever get to hear from him. The very first presser of the season before the season starts, and then that's it.
Yeah.
And he's just there quietly doing his job. And so many other coaches on our squad get hidden and are sucking ass, and yet they're homies or they're hiding behind their coordinator or whatever the case may be. And Bobby, he brings it year after year after year. So shout out to Bobby T.
Yeah, as soon as you said that he was the guy that popped in my head, I mean, to go through 4 running backs and have them all prepared to go is just a credit to him. And just the work with Isaac Garendo that he did throughout the year. It was a shaky, rough start for Isaac when the year began. but we saw Isaac get better and better as the season went on, right? And that's Bobby T grabbing him and coaching him up and saying, hey, this is what you did wrong. This is what you need to do, etc. And having those guys ready. And even last game of the season, we see Patrick Taylor get in there, and all of a sudden he's the number one. He's the guy. And he had a good game rushing the ball. And it's like, he just has those guys ready. No matter what. Yeah. When their number is called, they are ready. So got to give it to him. And yeah, shout out to Brian Schneider, the ass coach of the year.
The worst coach of the year.
I know. Yeah. You get the WCOI award. You couldn't do nothing.
All right. Hashtag vibes to get into the giveaway. Hashtag vibes with an S. All right. The MVP of the season, the final award, MVP. Now, y'all that kept putting fucking George Kittle for Offensive Player of the Year, this is why I didn't, because George Kittle is my MVP. Okay? So congrats, George Kittle, for being as old as you are. People have been trying to get you off this team, writing you off for the last, I don't know how many fucking years.
A couple of years.
And yet, you know, you still show up and ball outs, and people talk shit about our quarterback, calling him fucking mid, all this other shit, yet he somehow imagines to get the ball to Kittle and to Jennings and to have all these players have great seasons. So here we are. So shout out Kittle, amazing player, amazing personality. Like, you can't ask for more from a tight end. Passing, catching, blocking, the vibes, it's all on point. So yeah, MVP George Kittle.
Yeah, to me, MVP, defines what you do on the field, but also what you mean to your team and how you uplift the team around you. And that's Fred and George, both. Yep. That's just what they do. You gave one to Fred. To George, I'll give one to Fred, because that's what they do. You see them with their play, but they're also talking to guys, trying to uplift them, get them right. Like, hey, we're in this together. I got your back. Don't worry. Let's go get it done.
Yeah.
It doesn't get any better than those two. What up, David?
I agree. What's up, Corona? Daniel Berry, Alberto. I saw y'all sneaking in here. What's up? Hashtag vibes. Get into the giveaway. Hashtag vibes. All right. We'll quickly talk about some of the coaches the 49ers have interviewed. Now, this whole thing, with Kyle there announcing that Clay Kubiak got the OC job that was never put up. Nobody even knew, like he literally has been doing that. It was just like a title change. And yet, Kyle got in trouble for it and had to officially open it up and do outside interviews, which is crazy, because then, like, why would you apply for a job to interview that somebody else has already got the job? Like, you're literally just wasting your fucking time. Like, why would you do that to yourself? And then I was thinking, after I seen the person that they interviewed, which is Iowa State wide receiver / passing game coordinator, Noah Pauley. And I was thinking, okay, well, maybe this is this guy's first time ever interviewing in the NFL. Yeah. Right. But maybe, his plan is to eventually work in the NFL, whether that's this season, maybe not, or, in the future. So yes, I already know this job's taking, but I know that this is a highly spoke of head coach, a highly spoke of and regarded front office. So why don't I use this as experience?
Exactly.
I'm going into this, no sweat on my back, because it's not for nothing anyways. So I don't have to go into it nervous. like as you normally do for interviews, right? Like nervous as shit. Like I hate interviews.
Me too.
And you get the experience, the practice, the, whatever. So
yep.
That's what I took from it, because the person that they interviewed wasn't like, Lions assistant coach, like somebody in the NFL already highly regarded, like, so
it'd be a waste of their time. Yeah. I agree with you though, for like a young guy like him that's in college trying to break into the NFL ranks, it benefits him to go through the process and get the experience and learn, how these NFL interviews are conducted.
Right.
And, it's a thing that he can have on his resume as well. Like, hey, I interviewed with Kyle Shanahan of the 49ers, right? And like, hey, if you want to know a little bit more, you can talk to Kyle and see how that went. Because it's a small league. It's a small league, and all these guys talk. So it benefits the person interviewing greatly from like the college ranks.
I agree. Thoughts, prayers with your wife, Corona. Yes. Hope she has a good surgery. All is well. Hope everything comes out well. And so DC, so far I saw that obviously we know that Kyle already had said that they were going to interview Brandon Staley, right? We'll see whatever happens with that. Yeah. And now they have completed an interview with Robert Saleh, who though is also interviewing for head coaching jobs elsewhere. Of course, you're going to want to take a head coaching job that pays more, it's your own gig, all this other shit, right? So he interviewed for the Jags and for the Raiders. Now he has ties to the Jags already, so I could see, I don't think that the Raiders are going to, I just don't see that happening, but
no,
I could see the Jags, if it's either one of those, that it would be the Jags. Now, the only thing is that the Jags just had a defensive head coach, and it was absolutely terrible for Trevor Lawrence. Like they need an offensive minded guy in there, somebody to help Trevor, because he's plummeting. Like he's on a downward spiral. So I really cannot see them going with a defensive guy again, unless it was somebody coming in that says, hey, this is my offensive coordinator, and it's a strong guy that's going to woo them away. Right. Who does Saleh have now? Like his entire his entire staff that he took to the Jets, like it's all dismantled,
scattered all over the place.
And, so it's like, who's he going to take? Now, does Robert Saleh even want? Yeah, he did the interview, but is it something Robert Saleh would even really want to do? Does he want to come back and reunite with Shanahan? Does he want to come back to somewhere that he's already been? Who knows? Like, none of us know how that relationship was, how the relationship, how they left, like we know that when he got fired and let go from the Jets and said he was going to take time away to rest, that he went and helped Green Bay. He didn't come to help us. So, who knows? And then they've also interviewed Lions defensive back / defensive pass game coordinator, Deshae Townsend. Now, I don't know too much about him. However, I do know that the Lions staff is getting it's going to be dismantled this season.
Oh, yeah.
So I love to see that. Their OC and DC look to be on their way out of there, getting head coaching gigs. Yep. And we interviewed 2 coaches, one for special teams and one for our DC, both coming from the Lions. So I'm guessing other teams as well are interviewing, so I'm glad that the Lions, that especially that other teams are having. It was like the 49ers and the Ravens, we got our coaching staffs poached. And it's about time these other teams started getting it. So I don't know, chat, who you guys wanting as DC? You got your eyes on anybody? I know, a lot of talk is going into like around these three names in Gus Bradley, Jeff Albright, which from the Jets, who the 49ers tried to interview last year for their DC position. However, the Jets have blocked them from interviewing him. And then Dennis Allen, who was the DC for the Saints and then became the head coach and was asked as a head coach. But the Saints defense was good under him. Now, I don't know. He's kind of a weirdo, but whatever.
Right.
I don't want anything to do with Gus Bradley.
No.
Jeff Albright, I don't like. I really want to. Like, do we want to go backwards? I want to get away from this Seattle wide fucking bullshit, the wide nine, I don't know. I'm just tired of the same fucking defense, and it's just I feel like with Gus Bradley, he's a Seattle guy. You're going backwards to that, to that 2012 fucking Legion of the Boom fucking defense, And so I don't know.
Still living off that, kinda.
Yeah.
And yeah, to run the wide nine, you got to know somebody who knows how to run it. And unfortunately, Robert Saleh and D'Amico Ryans are the only two that know how to run it.
Yeah.
So if we're sticking with that, they're the guys. If we're going to alter, then, I'm saying let's get one of these longtime defensive coordinators who know how to run a defense, like a Dennis Allen. All right, dude, you had your shot as a head coach. You sucked. Stick to what you know. Just run the defense and do that. And we know he can run it. And have him do his thing, and we'll be okay. So I agree with you about Robert Saleh, though. I know for the Raiders, I know they're going to want to get an offensive guy in there because their offense is just completely trash. And they were always kind of built on offense and being exciting, and it just ain't happening. And same thing for the Jaguars. If Trevor Lawrence is your franchise quarterback and he's the guy you just gave all this money to and you're putting your hopes on him, you got to get him right. So you got to bring in an offensive guy who can steer that ship and, guide him along.
Right.
So that's why I see that happening. Seeing the Jaguars possibly going with an offensive guy. But Robert Saleh, does he want to go backwards? Does he want to be a coordinator instead of a head coach now? Once these guys get a taste of it, it's hard to let go. And he was fired. He was kind of thrown under the bus with the Jets. The defense there was playing lights out. They were outstanding. It was the offense that sucked. And
they fired him and continued to suck.
Yeah, exactly. They fired him and kept sucking. So it wasn't his fault.
Dumbasses.
It was you, Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, fucker. All right. We're going to draw the giveaways as we talk about the special teams position. We're going to draw Isaac Guerrero, then Cowing, then Green, then Purdy, then CMC. So good luck. Currently, Dawn is leading for swiping 2-1 over Denise.
Right.
Let's see what happens. Good luck. All right. And this is for Isaac. So interviewed for special teams. We got the former Panthers special team coordinator and the the former intern head coach, Chris Tabor. Alberto.
Congrats.
It's Garendo. Fill this out. So I'm get ahead of myself here. Then We're going to spin for cowing right now. Good luck. They also interviewed Broncos assistant special teams coach Chris Banjo, and they interviewed Lions assistant special teams coordinator Jet Modkins.
Yeah.
The Broncos, their special teams, like, you know, like middle, like 13-ish. Ooh, I won. Congrats to me.
Congrats.
You know, so like not shit by any means.
Yeah.
And then the Lions, you know, like they seem to be pretty good at everything right now. So Dawn.
Congrats. She's definitely the swiper.
Cowing is Dawn's. Dawn's swiping it up today. She said, fuck you mean there's no swiper? Came in swiping it up.
Said, I'll fix that.
All right. Green. Renardo Green. Good luck. So, any of those special teams guys stand out to you, or anybody else that you've heard of that you think we should get in there? The whole idea of bringing back Alberto, congrats.
Yeah.
Of bringing back the DC whatever as
Sorensen.
the special teams guy, like just be keeping him on staff. Like, find a freaking different role for him. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Not move him to special teams.
Yeah, just because. Yeah. Just because you want to do something nice. Nah, you can find a totally different role for him and still be nice. Charity. Right. Exactly. I don't know anything about those guys other than, you know, their team rankings. So if we could swipe somebody, hey, good for us, you know. I do think we should bring in all
right, this is for Purdy. Good luck.
Good luck, everybody. The guy who coached the Cowboys special teams.
Oh yeah.
I forget his name. His nickname is Bones because he looks like a skeleton. But oh, there you go.
Said not so fast, Don.
Yep.
Not so
pushing you for that swiper award. Yeah, like he's a long time just special teams coach. That's what he does, and I like that. Bringing those long-term experienced guys whose units have done well.
Their special teams was good.
Yeah. So I'm all for that. So I think they should definitely give him a call. Say, hey, you ain't under contract right now. Come in for an interview. See if you can work with us.
Currently, Don and Alberto are tied 3-3 for the swiper. So we'll see if we finally get to give away the swiper card or somebody else comes in and says, nope. This for CMC. Good luck. Good luck. Who's it gonna be? Denise G.
Congrats.
Denise. I feel like I had to add something just to try. All right. One more. Don't let me down. Don't let me down, okay? Nick Bosa, I think. Yeah, Nick Bosa. Beating up the Rams. All right. Good luck. Come on.
Denise back to back.
Now all three of them, they're the only three that won today, and they're all tied at 3 wins.
I know. Ain't that something? And you tried to throw in a tiebreaker, and it tied it up even more.
Oh my God. You guys are rude to me on purpose. I know it.
After nothing last week, this week is a 3-way tie.
Let me find something. Let me go to the damn giveaway box since you guys have to be difficult. You guys are worse than my child, I swear. Worse than the kid.
Alberto asks, what do you guys think of trading that first round pick? No,
thank you.
I think we got holes we need to fill. We've
another Nick Bosa. Good luck.
Yeah, a lot of years picking low. We got a chance to pick high and get, someone of quality. Let's make sure we draft correct and get that guy. McNiner.
Congrats. I tried. You guys are too stubborn, so.
Yep.
So, forget it. Next week, we'll see if we can finally give out the swiper. Congrats, y'all. Go ahead, Ty.
Would you trade the first round pick for Max Crosby or Myles Garrett? Y'all. Y'all. Of course you would. They're game wreckers, game changers, and having them opposite Bosa, y'all.
Yeah, for somebody like that, I'm trading it. But if it ain't something like that, like a moval, somebody that's moving the freaking needle, I ain't doing it.
Exactly. Yeah. I ain't trading them for, a third string tackle on another team just because he has potential. Nah, I don't want to hear that. I want a proven guy.
All right. I already kept Ty past his allowance, so we'll have to save the quarterback talk for another day. Okay, chat? Congrats to y'all.
Congrats to everybody.
Appreciate y'all for being here.
Darn it. Yeah.
I know. We still have the swiper card, Brandon Ayuk rookie card here waiting. Look, swiper on it. Waiting to be given away from the swiper. And nobody has done it. You guys can. Swipers every freaking week. We had a swiper until I started this swiper award. Yeah. And we haven't had one since early. I don't know, chat. Y'all are crazy. I don't know. What else? You got anything else going on this week you want to tell the good people about before we get out of here?
East Coast Red and Gold show tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern. Log in, join us. It's always a fun time. So that's it.
There you have it. And I'll be back Thursday for the Two Goat show. Me and Steph, 3 Pacific time. So make sure you tune in. Peachy, what's up? Good to
glad you could pop in.
Pop in, and we're popping out, sis. But we appreciate you popping in. Much love, chats. As always, you guys are amazing. Appreciate you guys, as always. Ty and I will be back next Monday and Tuesday for your WNBA, women's basketball, and NFL. We cover it all, so make sure you tune in. Make sure you subscribe to both channels, my channel and Ty's channel. The link's in the description box of this video, so click that link and subscribe. We're out of here, faithful. Peace.
See ya.